Morning. It's Saturday, October 24th. And here's a question I have for all of us. How many of you watch a debate? And how many of you have changed your vote since watching the debate? And how many of you are like me, who didn't watch the debate because nothing they could have said would have changed my mind? And so with that in mind, I looked through the internet this morning to see if I missed anything new and exciting that would make me consider changing my vote. And let me tell you something. I'm voting for Biden. I consider Trump irrational, ignorant, a liar of the magnitude nobody's ever seen before in the world. I don't think he's really done anything for the people of this country. His tax cut was a farce. His avoiding and ignoring and leaving all of our allies were big mistakes in my mind. So there's very little that would have made me change my mind about voting for him. And especially when I caught the snippets of the debate this morning, and I heard him say, we're turning the corner. The virus is turning the corner. He said, I don't think we should all be living in our basements like Joe Biden. Most of us don't have basements that are as nice as Joe Biden's basement. And if I hadn't done anything, 2 million people would have died. Well, that's a big lie. 2 million people would have died if nobody did anything. And Trump came close to doing that, close to doing nothing. He was kind of forced into it. Recognizing that he didn't really know what to do, he dumped it on the states. Instead of coming up with a firm national policy, he dumped it on the states. And then we had 52 different policies, and they kept changing, so I couldn't change my vote. And I don't think many people changed their vote. I saw a snippet on television where they had 10 people who were watching the debate, 10 undecideds. They were undecided, so they don't count as changing their vote. And of those 10 people, the 7 of them said they would now vote for Biden. I don't know that Biden was that great. From the snippets I saw, he wasn't great in the debate, but he didn't have to be great. And of the 3 people who undecided, they were Trumpites, leaning Trumpites, and they were waiting for something more to happen in the last 10 days that would solidify their vote for Trump. And I don't know what can happen in these last 10 days. The economy is not going to change from what it is. I don't know what could happen that would make anybody change their mind in the next 10 days. So one of the things I looked at was the map, the big map that they put up every day on the screen about all the states and who was going to win those states and how many states each of the candidates have. And right now, Joe Biden has an impressive amount of states. And he's leading in 3 of the major battleground states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And Florida's a toss-up at this point. And he's lagging a little bit behind in Texas. So the map shows that he's in pretty good shape. And then beside that, the one thing that I have complained about for many, many years is the campaign funding. So we have a stimulus package that hasn't come to fruition yet. But these candidates have raised over $1 billion to campaign for the presidency. And Trump's problem is that he has misspent a lot of his money, and Biden has outdrawn him by a significant amount, like by $150 million. So they're pouring a fortune into this campaign. And I'm looking at that and I am saying, no wonder this country is in such bad shape when every politician is owned by some group or other. And TV is making millions off of this. And they love these debates and all of this other stuff because they're getting paid. How about somebody passing a law that says television stations can't make any money off of political advertising or something? Then maybe they won't even take the ads and we won't have debates. Well, debates will be played on public radio or public TV only. Wouldn't that be wonderful? This would be a wonderful country if we could get the money out of campaigning. Think about that. Over $1 billion raised to win the presidency. And if you take a look at Trump's presidency, how many campaign rallies did he have? Fundraisers all over this country during the presidency. I think I'll go down to Florida and play around the golf, and on the way I'll stop in North Carolina and we'll have a rally. And after I finish my round of golf, I'll have another rally in Florida. Isn't that a wonderful way to run the presidency? And then he'll tell you that Obama golfed more than he did. Another lie. And I know I might sound upset this morning, but I'm really not upset because this is what this country has turned into. And they haven't done anything to change my perception of what we're up against in this country. This country is driven by lobbyists and campaign funding. It's not driven to make it a better place for the average American. So, one last comment. On the question of race and division in this country, there was no intelligent discussion. There was nothing substantial stated. No plan was even mentioned. I'm going to stop here, and I will see you in the morning. You can count on that. I will see you in the morning. Bye.